Ever wondered what would really happen if you stepped outside the International Space Station without a suit? Forget the Hollywood explosions and instant freezing. The truth is far more bizarre and terrifying. You wouldn't immediately explode or instantly freeze solid, but your lungs would collapse, your skin would swell, and your blood would boil instantly. In this video, we're diving deep into the science of decompression, the vacuum of space, and the terrifying realities of human survival, or lack thereof, in the ultimate hostile environment. Upon immediate exposure to the vacuum of space, the air within the lungs would rapidly expand and escape the body due to the extreme pressure differential. This violent depressurization could cause severe lung damage if one were to attempt to hold their breath. The sudden change from atmospheric pressure to near vacuum is a primary and immediate threat. Within approximately 10 to 15 seconds, the lack of oxygen would lead to hypoxia, causing confusion and impaired judgment. This oxygen deprivation would quickly result in a loss of consciousness, rendering any conscious effort to re-enter the ISS impossible. The brain, critically dependent on a constant supply of oxygen, would cease to function properly. The low pressure of the vacuum would cause fluids on exposed moist surfaces of the body, such as the eyes, mouth, and skin, to boil at body temperature, a phenomenon known as ebullition. This is not the boiling of blood within the veins, but rather the vaporization of surface liquids and gases dissolved in the blood. Tears, saliva, and moisture in the lungs would turn to vapor. Ebullition would also lead to the expansion of gases within the body's tissues and fluids, causing the body to swell to about twice its normal size. However, the human skin and circulatory system are elastic enough to prevent the body from bursting or exploding. This swelling would be painful and disfiguring, but not catastrophic in the immediate sense. Despite the popular misconception of instant freezing, the vacuum of space would not immediately freeze the body solid. Heat transfer in a vacuum primarily occurs through radiation and some evaporation, processes that are relatively slow. The body's internal heat would dissipate gradually, similar to how a thermos keeps liquids warm, delaying the onset of severe hypothermia. The temperature experienced by the body would depend heavily on direct exposure to sunlight or shadow. In direct sunlight, temperatures can soar above 120 degrees Celsius, 250 degrees Fahrenheit, while in shadow, they plummet below -100 degrees Celsius, -150 degrees Fahrenheit. The lack of atmospheric insulation means these extremes are very pronounced. Beyond the immediate effects of pressure and oxygen deprivation, the human body would be exposed to intense and harmful radiation, including solar ultraviolet radiation and cosmic rays. Without the protection of Earth's atmosphere or a spacesuit, these radiation levels are lethal over prolonged exposure. Cellular damage and increased cancer risk are long-term consequences. While the exact timeframe can vary, a human could theoretically survive for about 90 seconds in the vacuum of space before irreparable damage and death occur. Most estimates suggest useful consciousness would be lost within 10 to 15 seconds. Death would ultimately result from the combination of hypoxia, ebullition, and circulatory system failure. If a body were to remain in space after death, it would undergo a process of desiccation and mummification due to the vacuum. The low pressure would cause all water to sublimate, leaving behind a frozen, dried corpse. This mummified state could persist for millions of years if the body remained unperturbed by space debris or radiation. A fully functional spacesuit fundamentally counters these extreme conditions by providing a pressurized, oxygen-rich environment. It also regulates temperature, shields against harmful radiation, and prevents ebullition, ensuring the wearer's survival and ability to work safely outside the International Space Station. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel.